So everyone's talking about how Diddy got arrested, and now people are bringing up those big Diddy parties. Like, lots of famous people went to them, Jay-Z and Leonardo DiCaprio, but not everyone was a fan. For example, 50 Cent stayed away from Diddy and has been making fun of him for years. At a concert, 50 Cent once said he would never go to Puffy's parties because Puffy gives hugs from the front and back at the same time. In 2018, 50 Cent even made fun of Puffy after Puffy said he wanted to take him shopping. Before all this, they seemed to have a pretty normal relationship, and 50 Cent might have even been part of Bad Boy Records. That's not true. 50 started hating on Diddy back in 2010. It happened after Diddy became the manager for Rick Ross, who has been 50's enemy for a long time. 50 also said he thinks Diddy is making money by using B.I.G.'s name. One time someone said Diddy wasn't doing enough to honor Biggie and was only worried about making himself look good and getting richer. This upset Diddy a lot. Later, after the 2010 BET Awards, he told people to quit being so negative and to be more supportive instead. Back in 2012, things almost got really bad between Puffy and 50 Cent. Machine Gun Kelly was there and talked about what happened. He said 50 Cent walked up to Puffy's trailer, but Puffy wasn't around. Then 50 said something maybe about money, and things started getting wild. A little later, there was some trouble, even something about guns. It all got crazy really fast. Back in 2014, 50 Cent posted a picture collage on Instagram that got everyone talking. It showed Steve Stout with his arm around Diddy and another picture of Diddy standing really close to Rick Ross. The post made people super curious and surprised. Now, in 2024, fans still remember it and talk about it like it just happened. After the raid on March 25th, 50 Cent started joking around with his buddy Diddy. First, he made some funny comments about what happened. Then a video showed up of Diddy riding a bike in Miami, and 50 Cent joked about that too. It's just part of their silly back and forth teasing. Back in 1998, there was a funny moment on the Keenan Ivory weigh-in show with Puffy, Diddy, and Mike Tyson. While they were talking, Tyson grabbed Diddy's hand to look at his jewelry. It was a silly and fun moment that people still remember. It also connected to Diddy's big song from 1997 with Biggie, Lil' Kim, and The Lox. When 50 Cent shared the video, he said Mike Tyson didn't look happy about where Diddy's hand was and moved it away. He made a joke saying it seemed like Diddy tried to grab Tyson, but Tyson wasn't okay with it. Lately, there's been a lot of talk about Diddy after he got arrested by federal agents. Things got even crazier when 50 Cent posted about it on social media. He didn't hold back and even talked about some strange stuff people say was found in Diddy's house. This isn't the first time Diddy's been caught up in drama. For years, 50 Cent has said Diddy might be tied to Tupac's murder. Even Eminem mentioned it in his album The Death of Slim Shady. In his song Fuel, Eminem hinted that Diddy might have something to do with Tupac's death and said he'd rather stay away for safety. It gets even messier with a guy named Keefe D who says he's a gangster. He claimed on YouTube that he was part of Tupac's murder and that he knew Diddy. Keefe D said Diddy offered him $1 million to kill Tupac. After saying all this online, Keefe D got arrested last year. Fans are shocked, and there's still more to this wild story as new stuff comes out. In the song Fuel, Eminem uses funny and tricky lines that some people think are the best in hip-hop. He jokes about how taking the P out of rapper makes it a whole new word. On the same album, he talks about Diddy in another song called Bad One. He mentions a Diddy party and says he loves causing trouble and teasing people, which is just how Eminem likes to do things. In the song Antichrist, Marshall talks about a bad video where Diddy is hurting his ex-girlfriend Cassie. No one really knows what kind of relationship they had, but there's no proof they got along well. One time they were on the same stage when Diddy gave Marshall a Grammy in 2003 for Best Rap Album. People in the comments said Diddy didn't seem very excited when he announced Marshall as the winner. Diddy was probably already upset with Eminem back then because Slim Shady was making fun of him in songs. Plus, Eminem wanted to date his girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez. Who knows how Diddy felt when he found that out? The song came out in 2000, and by 2001, Diddy and Jennifer Lopez weren't together anymore. Soon after, Suge Knight made fun of their breakup. He joked about how Diddy was so crazy about J-Lo, but then she left him and started dating a dancer. It was a big deal and got a lot of people talking back then. At the start, Suge and Puff seemed to get along just fine. Puff thought they clicked. He said Suge would pick him up from the airport and treat him nicely. Puff felt like they were kind of friends, more like buddies, and he liked how Suge was so welcoming when he came to town. Back then, Suge Knight was in charge of Death Row Records, and Puff Daddy had just started Bad Boy Records. Puff was working on Biggie's first album, Ready to Die, and wanted to know what Suge thought about it. He even asked Suge for the album's instrumentals, which surprised him. It was a brave move that Suge didn't see coming. Suge was really mad about this. He was also super upset that Puff kept trying to show up in all of his artists' projects. He thought Puff didn't let the artists grow on their own. To keep it simple, Suge felt like Bad Boy Records cared more about being famous than making money. On top of that, Tupac wanted to join Suge Knight's label. Even though Suge was in jail at the time, Pac and Puffy used to get along, but then things went bad. Pac said Diddy was part of a robbery at Quad Recording Studios in New York. That's how Tupac's enemy became Suge Knight's enemy too. Later, there was a big fight in Atlanta between Death Row and Bad Boy Records. During the fight, Suge Knight's friend Big Jake got shot and died. Puff said in an interview that when he saw Big Jake get shot, he went to talk to Suge. Suge was super mad and yelled at Puff, blaming him for what happened. Puff was confused and told Suge, "How could I be part of this? I could have been shot too." But Suge stayed really angry at Puffy. At one Death Row party, someone from Bad Boy Records even showed up, which caused more trouble. Suge and his crew beat up a guy really badly, trying to make him say where Puff was. The worst part, they made him drink pee. Suge Knight is in jail now, but that didn't stop him from talking about his old friend and warning him he might be in trouble. It's true that Puck didn't like Puffy at all before he passed away. He talked bad about him in some songs like Hit 'Em Up, and even after in his album The Don Killuminati, The 7-Day Theory in the song Against All Odds. Diddy once said in an interview that Hit 'Em Up still makes him feel bad even now. Sometimes, even Puffy's own artists at Bad Boy Records didn't respect him. One time, someone even threw a chair at him. The Lox joined Bad Boy Records in 1995, but later on they wanted to leave. Their hardcore rap style didn't really match what the label wanted. They tried really hard to get out of their contract. What do you think about all this? Let us know in the comments and keep watching for more updates.